The market is down today. Things are pretty bloody, so I wanted to give a quick update with my thoughts on the market, what I expect to happen next, and how much further down I think we can continue to go. So if you want to hear some realistic insight into the market and you want to hear some good news that comes after that, then continue to watch this video. And before we get started, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe down below, click that notification bell so you can get future updates. And if you want to get on my email list so I can let you know every time I publish a new video, it's the first link in the description down below. Alright, so you can see here on Coin360, it shows you a nice visual overview of what the markets are looking like, and everything is really red, as you can see. Bitcoin being down 4%, Ethereum down 4.9%, $34,521 for one Bitcoin, and ETH is just a little bit above $2,500. So at this point, really the continuation of the bearish trend is starting to play out, and there is still, in my opinion, a capitulation risk back down to the 200-week moving average. We'll get to that in a second. So the two important charts to watch is basically Bitcoin, because what happens to Bitcoin is basically where the rest of the market goes. So the two time frames really to watch on Bitcoin, and the two important things is the 3-day chart, which I have here in front of us, with the 200 and the 50. So the 50 moving average is the blue and the 200 is the red. I've shared this in a couple of videos already, but this 3-day 200 moving average, the red one, you can see since 2016, Bitcoin has only been below there twice, really, where it's closed below it. Both times it resulted in that capitulation. I've been sharing this for the last weeks already, where if we get below that, this was about a 50% decline, and that was the end of 2018 at the bear market capitulation, and the March 2020 crash, which was about a 44% decline once it got under that 200 moving average on the 3-day. So you can see now we are clearly below this 3-day 200 moving average, and it's basically what I said. If we do get a 50% sell-off from here, you can see a 50% sell-off would be just about the $20,000 level. Then if we head over to the weekly chart, which is also important, of course, then you can see the 50-week moving average is an important bear bull indicator, which I've also shared. I made a video about this back in December already. If we get below this 50-week moving average, then the chances are high of us being in a bearish trend or a bearish market, because you can see over the last years, changing above and below this 50-week moving average doesn't happen often, and usually when it does, it's a significant trend change for a period of multiple months at least. You can see the whole bull markets are always when the price is above the 50-week moving average, and the bear markets, you can see it a bit better if we change it to log scale, but basically the bearish periods also are below this 50-week moving average, right? So you can see 2018 bear market, when we got below there, it was a capitulation to the 200-week moving average, and the same thing over here, March 2020. And now again, since we got below there, we retested it, and there is a capitulation risk where we go lower potentially to that 200-week moving average, somewhere between maybe 18 and 22,000, 23,000. That is a possibility. Now, like I said, that's probably going to be very bad for the altcoin markets, because where Bitcoin goes, altcoins tend to magnify that movement to the upside, but also to the downside. So, for example, in 2018, in the bear market, Bitcoin lost about 84% of its value from the all-time high till the capitulation low. But there were many altcoins that lost way over 90%, and there were actually quite a few that lost as much as 99% of their value. So altcoins do tend to lose more value in bearish periods. So look, there are never any guarantees in these markets. For all we know, the market could completely reverse. This could be the bottom and things could start moving higher. But again, looking at what has happened in the past, looking at the amount of fear that's in the market, you have to factor in the possibility of this capitulation event. If it doesn't bother you, if you're in spot, you're not using leverage, you're not overextended, you've invested only in projects that you think are going to be here in multiple years from now, then you can hold the drawdown, and maybe you can be comfortable with it and even have spare capital available to be able to buy the lows. And that is the good news that I have for you, is that if we do get this capitulation, just like we saw over here in the end of 2018 And in March 2020, when we had that crash, those were the best buying opportunities that we have gotten in the last years. So historically, anytime we get Bitcoin back at the 200-week moving average, it tends to be a really good buying opportunity, which means if we get there, then altcoins would have likely sold off more percentage-wise, which means that there are going to be some amazing deals on certain altcoins. Obviously, you want to be careful which altcoins you buy because not all of them are going to recover or survive or be here in a few years from now. So be careful with that. But that is going to be an amazing opportunity if we do get this capitulation. So the keys to surviving this bear market is to, first of all, not be overexposed, to not use leverage or try to day trade unless you're obviously experienced and know what you're doing, and to be able to have that risk capital available that when we get that capitulation, that you are able to capitalize on it for the next future bull runs, because that is how you can really make those huge returns. That is how you can make 20x, 50x, 100x, not by buying at the tops of markets when most of the retail investors start getting interested, but by buying when the fear is maximum, when the markets collapse, when there is that huge drop. Those moments are the best moments to buy. Again, manage risk, of course. I can't give you financial advice. It has to be your own decision. But if you look at history, that is what happened every single time. So hopefully you've been able to manage your risk. Hopefully you've been able to take some profits, remove initial capital during the bull market. Hopefully you're not overexposed, and you are in a comfortable position to be able to capitalize on what could potentially be the best buying opportunity for the next years, maybe even the rest of the decade. And as I'm filming this right now, it's Sunday, so we get the weekly close in the next 24 hours or so, and then we're going to see where this closes. But you can see the market just looks and feels very heavy at this point in time. We got rejected from the 50-week moving average, and we've had almost the 6th weekly close that is red now. I don't think that's ever happened actually in the history of Bitcoin. I think we got 5, but that's pretty heavy selling pressure. Obviously, the stock markets are also not doing too great. They closed down in the red. There's a lot of fear in the stock markets. The tech stocks have sold off a lot. If you see what happened to Netflix, that's pretty nuts there too. So if the stock market continues lower next week, it's likely going to take crypto down with it. So things could get pretty bloody, pretty red for maybe the next weeks or maybe the next few months. Be prepared for that. But again, as I said, it could end up being a really good buying opportunity. So hopefully that lived up to the promise of being a realistic market update. Look, we just have to take things one step at a time. The market is potentially about to crash. It could go a lot lower. And the good thing is that that would be a really good buying opportunity. Now, in case it does reverse or it does start to look more bullish at bottom for some reason, be careful not to get trapped or tricked too quickly, because these markets do have violent up moves that look like, hey, you get excited that you think the bull market is back, but not yet. You have to wait for confirmation before getting bullish again. For me personally, that is a reclaim of this 50-week moving average and a proper reclaim, not just a failed breakout like this. So we get a proper reclaim, and then there's a lot of upside left, as you can see over here, as you can see over here, as you can see in the past. Until then, basically, you just have to be careful that every single rally that we get or every little up move that we get for a couple days or a week or 2 weeks could potentially still just be a trap and continue lower until we finally get that capitulation. Eventually, we will get another bull run. And if we do get this capitulation, again, like I've said 20 times in this video, I think it's going to be probably the best buying opportunity that we're still going to get. So be patient, manage risk, be ready, subscribe to the channel below if you haven't done so already. And if you feel you want to get more updates, you want to be more in the know, you want to get our monthly newsletter, you want to get monthly video updates, daily updates in Discord, my thoughts, my own buy and sell movements in real time, you can join Intelligent Cryptocurrency. It's my VIP membership and community. It is the second link in the description down below if you are interested in that. Stay safe, have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next video.